Ohio, present day. Now, for those of you who don't know, this is Hunt Showdown. This is my first bounty hunter, Deondre. We're just going to have to call him Big D for now. Now, we're trying to survive out here in the American Deep South, and I have to admit, it's a lot worse than I expected it to be. Like, there's monsters, your mother, and various other bounty hunters are let loose on these lands, and it really is a bit of a harrowing place to be. But what we're out here trying to do is we're trying to locate, kill, and then banish some pretty notorious monsters that have been let loose on this world. Now, these creatures are all pretty unnatural concoctions, and they do leave traces behind them. And these clues are a lot easier to locate with the use of our dark sight, which allows us to work out where clues are, and also if there are any hunters nearby to them. Now, on the way into here, I decided to clear out most of the monsters, and they were fairly easy to deal with, except Flamehead here, who decided to try and assert their dominance. I do feel a little bit inadequate, but we now have access to this clue, so let's give it a quick look. Okay, so we really want to be heading north. We want to try and find this creature. Okay, so I've been advancing to try and find the second clue, and I've approached this fortress. Unfortunately, there's 2 hunters nearby. I have to be a lot more careful now. Whilst they currently only have numbers advantage by 1, it's not quite as simple as that. The hunting groups you see can vary. You get some solo hunters like myself, but you sometimes will also see bands of 2 or maybe even 3 hunters grouped up together. So even though I have the element of surprise, I just can't risk taking a shot right now. There could so easily just be a third one just waiting and watching, so I'm going to try and take this a little bit slowly. Now, I've tried to sneak my way a little bit close to them, but I'm not hearing anything. Like, I can't quite tell if they're still here, if they've moved on. Wait, what's that? The shot did hit, but I just didn't see if they went down. Like, I have no idea if they're lying there or if they've been revived. Like, maybe they just escaped. I need to come up here and check. Alright, no body. So they've obviously gotten away somewhere. Like, there's been gunfire in a nearby building. Like, perhaps they made it to there. I don't really know at this point. Alright, so I've been moving up here and there's been a lot of gunfire from this building. Like, it's helped me cross the river because it's helped mask the sound quite a lot, but there's clearly something big going down here. Let's just quickly check on the dark side. Okay, so this is quite clearly the building of the Butcher, which is one of the bounty monsters we're hunting today. And there's hunters nearby. Let's see if I can just get a little bit closer. Now, I did get myself spotted. There was a brief exchange of fire, but neither me nor the enemy managed to hit their mark. I've tried to sneak my way around this building, but have not caught sight of any of this group of hunters. I'm really not sure what to do right now. Like, if I'm fighting them, I'm 1 against 2 or maybe more. If I try and flee, well, they could easily just shoot me from a distance. Like, it's not really clear what I should do right here. Now, thankfully, with me being a low-level babby hunter, Big D has managed to cheat death and will also continue to do so for a few more expeditions until I gain a bit more strength. Now, the main objective with hunting down and then banishing these monsters is that you can then collect the bounties, which then give you more rewards once you're able to extract. Fighting these bounty monsters does generally draw a lot of attention, as there's usually sustained gunfire in the process. This will generally draw the attention of other hunters, which can quite easily lead to you getting poached. Thankfully though, when you pick up the bounty, your dark sight gets a boost which allows you to then see nearby hunters even if they're behind walls, which is very useful for wading off these third parties and scavengers. Now I've been sneaking my way over to this church. The spider was banished from this spot, but I haven't seen any hunters leave, and I heard odd gunshots. It seems like whoever collected the bounty might still be here, but they also will have the dark sight boost. So I've got to take this a little bit carefully. And they also have some pretty good vantage points. So, I know I wounded that hunter, but I didn't see them go down. I've snuck through this churchyard and I've heard odd footsteps, but I've just not seen anything for ages. Like, I'm down here and this is where they banished the spider, but there's just nothing, and I'm not hearing anything, and... I feel pretty lucky to have gotten away with that. Those gunshots will definitely have attracted attention, so I got away from the churchyard as quick as I could. I got the bounty, and I also managed to get this. It's a Vitelli bolt-action rifle. This is something the other hunter was carrying. It's something I haven't seen before, so I'm going to try and take it with me and use it on future hunts. But until then, I need to try and get myself to an extraction point, and there's a lot of ground to cover. I'm looking at this cornfield as having some good concealment, but I need to check. Okay, so there is no one nearby, so I guess I'll just have to chance this. First successful bounty, I guess. Now, looting for equipment is a very important part when you're a new hunter. There are much more experienced hunters out there who have much better equipment, which you won't have access to for quite a long time. And it's always worth scouting out various bits of equipment. Like this, it's a Caldwell conversion pistol. It's not your normal kind of firearm, and it's got this chain of ammunition around it. Well, I suppose it's useful. I've got 17 shots now instead of the usual 6. I think it'll be useful to keep this, try and use it on a future hunt. Now, whilst you can sometimes loot the odd solo hunter, fighting against larger groups is something you have to be really careful about. Their strength in numbers allows them to find the clues a lot quicker, also then track down the monsters a lot quicker, and it makes it so much easier to fight off the hordes as well as the other hunters, so you do really have to be careful. Now, I did take a shot at a couple of hunters I saw crossing this river and tagged one of them, but I didn't get any confirmation. Perhaps I might be able to keep following them and maybe get led towards the bounty. all of that undone by ignoring the hellhounds. The environment is something you can't afford to just forget about. It's something that will easily give you a position away if you aren't thinking and you're not paying attention to your surroundings. Nearly lost Big D several times. Just silly mistakes, like not paying attention to the noise I'm making or the noise that the wildlife is making when I'm nearby. Now, I've been hearing gunfire for quite a while. I've been slowly making my way towards it, and it's led me to this churchyard. It's gone a little bit quieter now, but I've just got the feeling that people are still around here. I should probably deal with these infected. The last thing I need is one of them aggroing and giving my position away. Hey, I've got that guy down in the lake, but I just haven't seen anyone. I have to take cover in these rushes. I need to find out if there's other people about before I try and loot them.